hone your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Danger Room. We are playing Ark Survival Evolved for the PlayStation 4, and in today's video I will be showing you all my personal mounts. We have a lot of dinos in this tribe, but these are my personal dinos and these are the ones that I use the most. So let's get started. The first mount I ever received in this game was a Pteranodon by the name of Buddy. Unfortunately, Buddy died during a server crash that we had a few months ago. Buddy died due to 2 Titan boas after the crash had happened. The Pteranodon that I had had a ton of stamina and a ton of speed, and I used him as my main traveling animal. These are fantastic flying creatures with tons of speed, and while their damage output isn't necessarily too great, if you get these guys in a group, their damage speed is ridiculous. Buddy was also one of our working animals, as well as the fact that he is a high-level flyer that we had at the time. He died at 121, making him the first dino and only dino that I have currently ever lost. Buddy, we miss you, and may you rest in peace. The mount that I am currently on is actually not Buddy at the moment. I just kind of wanted to use this for footage purposes. And now, let us move on to the next mount. The next mount that I would like to talk to you guys about is my female raptor by the name of Phoenix. And while Phoenix may not be the toughest or the strongest mount I have, she is definitely the fastest one. I put all of the level up points I ever had in her into movement speed. She is now my only scouter that I have at the moment. I use her to quickly run into areas that I'm not totally familiar with, but also in case danger happens or something bad happens, I can quickly make an escape. She's very quick on the land. As you can see here, I'm just running through this meadow like it's nothing. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, keep in mind when we tamed her, she was a low level, and we were terrified of these things. But in all honesty, these guys are not that useful. Even if you have them in groups, they're not the best of animals to have. But I like mine. So now let's move on to our next animal. The next mount that I have for you guys is my male Spinosaurus by the name of Crimson. And this was the second or third largest predator that we had tamed in our tribe. Now, when it came down to choosing a large carnivore for our tribe, Rio had his Rex, Altrey and Hunter, and practically everybody else has an Allosaurus. I chose the Spinosaurus for a few reasons. Number one, I think it just looks cooler, but number two, I also like the versatility of it. I mean, look at this. I'm just crawling over these rocks like it's nothing. It's just whatever. But another big reason why I really like the Spinosaurus over the other ones is that he can swim really well. And I really, 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 really liked that. I don't know what it was about the water in this game that really just dragged me to it, but I was just in love with it. Now, keep in mind, at this point in time, when we were taming monsters and taming dinosaurs, we weren't exactly that familiar with it, so we kept going for low levels. We got Crimson when he was level 20, and he's currently level 75, so he hasn't really leveled up that much since we got him. So why would I keep him? Well, have you seen him? I mean, look at how gorgeous he is. He is by far my favorite looking Spinosaurus that I own. He is beautiful. If I want to go show off, I take him because he is just that gorgeous. And now, we move on to our next mount. The next mount I have for you guys is the first flyer that I received after losing Buddy. This is my female Tapahora by the name of Lizzie. And Lizzie was actually tamed by Rio, but he had an Argentavis, so he never really used her, so he actually just gave her to me, which I'm very thankful for. Now, the reason why I like the Tapahora, and now the fact that it's my newest main flyer, is its mobility and maneuverability. This thing can move, and oh my god, it's so smooth, too. You can move it up, down, left, right, back, wherever you want, basically, and he'll go to it. He likes to latch on, or she, I take that back, I don't know why I'm saying he, but she likes to latch onto walls as well, so you can kind of hang on a tree. And even though the Tapahora's strength is kind of subpar and its health isn't that great either, we're on a PvE server, so I'm not really going to be using this thing to fight. I'm just kind of using it to travel around, carry my buddies if I have to, mess around with my friends. It's not exactly the best fighting creature, but I don't need to use it for a fighter. I just kind of have it to travel. And that's really all I have to say about the Tapahora, so let's go ahead and move on to the next mount. Now remember when I said that I really liked the water in this game? I meant that. So the next tame that I went out and got myself was a male Megalodon by the name of Lenny. And Lenny was actually my first solo tame that I ever did by myself. I trained him by myself and I tamed him by myself. I had no help with him whatsoever. Now, I like the Megalodon for the fact that really, the only reason why I tamed him to begin with is I wanted to go deep-sea diving. And I liked deep-sea diving with my Spinosaurus, sure, but the Spino has an oxygen level, so I kind of had to, take that into consideration. Now that I have the Megalodon, I can just kind of go underwater whenever I want to, and I can stay down there as long as I want to. And, now I've kind of become more or less the deep-sea diver of the tribe, because everybody just doesn't want to go in the water with me. They are all kind of terrified of it. And I can understand that. I can understand that greatly, because the water is a very scary place. But me personally, I've gotten so used to it that it doesn't even matter anymore. The Megalodon has pretty decent high attack power and pretty decent health as well. But that's really all there is to it. He's currently the only aquatic animal that I have, like fully aquatic that I have, and I plan on getting more in the future. My ultimate tame is the Tusoteuthis, the giant squid. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys on the Megalodon. Let's move on to the next mount. The next mount I have for you guys is a little bit of a unique one, and it is my Pellagornis by the name of Bird. That's right, it's B-U-R-D, Bird. And I tamed the Pellagornis for a few reasons, a few very specific reasons. Number one is I wanted a flyer that I tamed, because all the flyers I received were given to me. So I wanted a flyer that I personally tamed. And the second reason why I got it was because it is the only flyer that meets my aquatic fetish, in a sense, because he swims. That's right, he's the only flyer in the game that swims. When you touch the water with other flyers, they knock you off. Another reason is because they're organic polymer gatherers, and organic polymer is very hard to come across. The final reason, though, and the main reason why I got him, is because he's unique. Everybody in the tribe wanted an Argentavis, a Tapahora, or something along those lines. No one really wanted anything that unique. So when I'm off flying with the group, and they're all on Argentavises and Tapahoras, and I am on my Pellagornis, it stands out. It makes me look different. Pardon the lag in this bit, and this game is still very laggy. But that's really all I have on the Pellagornis. So, yeah, let's move on to the next mount. The next mount I have for you guys is probably one of my more favorite ones, and that's my little froggy, Pinky. Now, the frog I got was actually given to the tribe, in a sense, because there was one tribe in the server that was not going to be playing on this particular server anymore, and they didn't know what to do with their animals, so they were giving it away, so we just kind of took it, and Pinky became mine. And this thing is probably one of my more favorite mounts that I own. He's so much fun to use. Me and Rio will currently have races or play leapfrog with each other, because he has a kangaroo, as you see right there, next to the mammoth, and we'll just kind of hop around camp, and we'll just mess with people. And as fun as this guy is, he actually has a practical use to him. See, the frog, when you go out and you go killing bugs, will gather we'll gather cementing paste. That's right, he gathers cementing paste, and cementing paste is one of the more valuable resources in this game, so the fact that he can just get it is rather fantastic. He's also pretty quick on his feet. He has a very high jump that takes him very far, and he can get out of trouble very easily. He's a good scouting creature and a good farming creature. Health stats-wise are not too great, and damage isn't too great either, but you're not really going to be using this thing to take out large predators. You're really just going to be taking this thing out just to kill bugs. But that's it I have for the frog, so let's move on to the next mount. Now, I know what you're thinking, but you already showed us a Spinosaurus. Well, yeah, I did show you a Spinosaurus, but I didn't show you this one. This one is my female Spinosaurus by the name of Jade, and this one was also a high-level Spinosaurus. That's right. At this point in time, we were all upgrading our predators and getting more higher-level animals. Jade also has a rather interesting story behind her. But first, let's talk about her stats and what I use her for. She is a monster, has killer damage, killer stamina, and killer health. I use Jade really to fish mainly, but she's also one that I'll take on occasion hunting. I might take her with me in a group with the Spinosaurus to possibly get a mate boost, but you know, aside from that, she's just one of the higher level monsters that we have, and she's an absolute beast. Now, the interesting story behind this is that Rio had just recently gotten him a high-level T-Rex by the name of Variant, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how he pronounces it. And Variant is just a beast, mind you. And I had not gotten Jade at this point. So me and him went hunting. And when we went hunting, we came across a, like, 140-ish Alpha Raptor. And I was on Crimson. And Rio just kind of hauled ass over to it without really looking at the level. And during the fight, I got trapped in between the Alpha Raptor, a bunch of rocks, and Rio, and Crimson was about to die. And he didn't die, thankfully, but at that moment I wanted to get a high-level Spino. And in that same hunt, we found her, Jade, at 115. And we took her down. It took 6 hours to tame her, maybe a little bit more. And I could only sit on her for those 2 hours because I had to work the next morning and it was late at night and it really sucked. And I felt bad. So I told myself that the next high-level predator that I would get was going to be one that I tamed myself. I wanted to get another high-level male so I could breed, and I tamed that one myself. But Jade is the first to start off my high-level trend. That's all I have to say about her. Let's move on to the next mount. The next and final mount I have to show for you guys is my beast, my monster, my level 228 male Spinosaurus by the name of Verdon. Now remember when I said I wanted to tame a high-level male to breed with Jade? Well, this is him. And, like, he is just an absolute monster. Let me tell you guys, like, it is just absolutely insane how strong this guy is. I mean, when we found him, alright, we were fishing, me and a buddy of mine in the tribe, and we found him at 140. That is right, he was at 140 when we found him. And I decided to try a new taming method by starve taming him. And it worked just phenomenally. He went from 140 and jumped 60 levels to 200, and all of his stats doubled, instantaneously making him stronger than Jade. And it was just, I can't even, like, begin to tell you how pleased and how happy I was with the way this guy turned out. I mean, he has just killer stats. He's got, like, over like 6,000 health, like over 400 damage output, incredible stamina. This guy can just run for days and forever and not get tired. And I also got him around the same time that Rio had gotten himself another high-level Rex female by the name of Fiona, and he wants to breed them. So me and Rio are looking at breeding our two high-level dinos, our high-level predators, mind you, to get a much better statted one. And quite frankly, I am super excited for that. And also keep in mind that he's level 228, so he hasn't really leveled that much since we got him. So he's going to be leveling a lot, and I honestly can't wait for that. So that's all I have to say about him. And well, guys, that is it. That's all I have for you guys today. Be sure to smash that like button if you did enjoy the video, and share with your friends and your family. I don't really care if you do or not, but it would mean a lot to me if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to my friend's channel. Their links will be in the description below. They are Rio's, which is Rio Canoe at Nerds in the Room, and Hunter's, which is just Nerds in the Room. Again, I will leave their links in the description. We will see you all in the next one. Peace out, and everybody, stay awesome.